All right, for the Svartpilen 701 cat delete. I've already busted some things loose here, but I'm going to go over what they were. There's this little bolt right here. It's a 10 millimeter. I'm not sure what the Torx is on that. I didn't need it. Over here, there's the same. Pull out of here. This was hanging up in that. Same 10 mil. This band here, that's an 8 millimeter. To loosen up that was a Torx 45. On this side, similar, you can see up underneath here at my finger was the other 10 millimeter. There's that hose clamp, for lack of a better term. Back over here, I think I already showed that. Other hose clamp right down here. That was a 10 mil, no, 8 mil, sorry. That was loosened up. Loosen that up, and the whole thing is just drop right out of there. There it is, taken off. I did not have to take off these heat shields. I also did not have to loosen up this upper header to get that to come loose. Right here is the piece that I bought to replace that. It was not expensive. Says it's stainless. I put a magnet to it. Didn't stick very well, so it most likely is. We'll see how well it fits. It cost about 30 bucks is all from, I believe it was eBay. Alrighty, I'm gonna get that bolted up and let you see what it looks like. The completed project, here we go. So the reason I even wanted to take that catalytic converter off of there, primarily, is because when I took this thing off roading, you know, logging roads and trails, easy trails, the catalytic converter was basically just catching every twig and leaf there was. It was like a scoop. Had to keep taking branches out of the heat shields because they were catching everything. Alright, impression so far when I fire this thing up. It's definitely louder when it's idling, or if you're just cruising at a certain RPM, it doesn't sound any different than stock, but when you give it a bit of throttle, you'll hear it popping, change in sound. One thing I did have to do, I did end up taking this header off just so I could get it lined up, and the problem was that the header in here would not slide down into here far enough. This tube is not built bigger than like on the catalytic converter, so I had to grind about a 1/4 inch off of the end of it so that it would fit snug there. Doesn't seem to be leaking or anything. It feels good when it's running. Another thing, I was able to mount this up here on that catalytic converter. There are some rubber grommets and some spacers that go into them. Since this isn't hanging the same way as the catalytic converter, I just took one of the spacers out of the grommet, stuck it in there to give this thing about the right, thought it was gonna be hot still, right distance to line everything up. Seems to have lined up just fine. All right, fire it up so you can hear the difference. Just idling, it's maybe a little louder, but not noticed that it's just idling or just sitting at an RPM, it sounds like stock. There we go. That's it. Any questions, leave them in the comments.